climate action and for renewable energy.
Thank you, Member for Wills. I call the honourable member for Deakin.
Thanks very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. I want to add my voice to the many who acknowledged an important occasion for our society and our country yesterday, which was White Ribbon Day. And the day was observed by myself and many other members of this place and, of course, the community more broadly. White Ribbon Day, as we know, is a male-led campaign to end violence against women. And violence against women is a significant issue in my electorate and indeed across the country, and is therefore something which many of us campaign for throughout the year. But nonetheless, it's important to have days like White Ribbon Day to bring it to national prominence. Occasions like this, of course, give us an opportunity to reflect and take stock of what's been achieved, how far we've come, but how much more needs to be done to end the scourge that is domestic violence. At yesterday's White Ribbon Day breakfast here in Parliament, Prime Minister Turnbull's address really struck a chord with me and many of those who were gathered. In particular, he said, "Violence against women is the end point of disrespecting women. So not all disrespect of women ends up in violence, but all violence against women ultimately begins there." And as the Prime Minister also said, at a personal level, one of the most important things we all must do as men is to ensure our sons, our brothers, our grandsons respect their sisters, mothers and grandmothers. But unfortunately, as I've said, in reflecting on the challenges ahead, we know that there is a long way to go. We know that 1 in 6 Australian women has experienced violence at the hand of a current or former partner, and more than 60 women have been killed so far this year. I'm therefore proud that the government is continuing to put our money where our mouth is and deliver in this area. And earlier this year, the Prime Minister and ministers announced a package worth over $100 million designed to provide a safety net for women and children at risk of violence. And this was announced at the Eastern Community Legal Centre near my electorate of Deakin, and has certainly been something that my community has welcomed. I also want to take this opportunity to again raise my concerns that we are not adequately, and the states are not adequately dealing with perpetrators of domestic violence against women and, of course, the flow-on impacts to children. So I again highlight my ongoing campaign and my ongoing calls for the Victorian and State Attorneys General collectively to look at minimum mandatory sentencing for violent crimes against women and children, because we do not have faith that our unelected judiciary is dealing with these perpetrators of violence in the way they should.
Thank you, Member for Deakin, for those appropriate comments.